Excuse me, I'm trying not to yawn for some reason. So here's the essay. Apparently I'm not going to be very successful. Here's the essay. The prompt is, how should we remember the legacy of Christopher Columbus? And this basically goes to the question of Columbus Day versus Indigenous Peoples Day. All right, we've celebrated Columbus Day for quite a while, going back all the way to 1792. I can't remember, but going back to that time period, I think was one of the earliest celebrations. Then in the 40s, when FDR was president, it was actually made a holiday. And so we've been doing it for a long time, all right? But here recently, people are starting to question, what is the real legacy of Christopher Columbus? Is he really this intrepid explorer that is critical to American history? Okay, so the same people that question that propose instead that we celebrate Indigenous Peoples Day, which is a celebration of Native American culture and its people in general. So, which do you think we should do? All right, that's the basic question we're trying to ask. Now, this is the best way for you to figure out the evidence for either side. Okay, watch the video. Don't just use my notes. Watch the video. This is what we came up with in class. You will not have anything remotely close to an understanding. This will just kind of guide you to the important points. Hopefully, kind of make sense of the video. Okay, so do that. Then do this reading. Dennis, you're in third period, aren't you? Okay, so third period did a little bit different. You'll get your own copy. In seventh and eighth period, we left it as a class, and as you can see, people left comments in the margins. And you will do either. Okay, you have the potential to do either, whether you want to leave comments in the margins or whether you just want to highlight the main idea. And between this document and this video, you should have a whole list of information, okay, that you can use to then write your essay. You also have this information right here, okay? This is really broad, big picture stuff that you can do to try and support yourself. But in the end, this is the writing guide that you'll use to put it together. Excuse me, in the first paragraph, we want to give some background information. So you'll say who Columbus is, why do we have a day after him, and then you'll present the issue, okay? Explain why it is that people want to change Columbus Day to Indigenous Peoples Day, and then you'll tell me your stance on it, okay? So really big picture, broad, who's Columbus, why do we have this day, what do people think about it, and then where do you fall in all of it? And then your middle paragraph, and this can be 2 paragraphs or this can be 1 big paragraph, but basically you're going to use this document and this document and any information that you want to use out of this to explain why should it be what you think it should be, okay? Wherever you fall on this whole Indigenous Peoples Day versus Columbus Day, whether you're in favor or against it, that's what you're going to explain. And you need to use the ideas from the evidence, okay? I've shown these same 3 documents. That's what you need to use to support your argument. Then with the counter argument, you're going to say something like, and here's a good word, you're going to say something like, although some people may believe the opposite, okay? So you go to this thing and you choose stuff from the opposite side of where you stand. But then in the end, you have to refute it. You have to say, okay, although some people may believe this and this and this, I'm right because. All right, so that's counter argument. That's a counter argument. Then, and that's all this is stuff that you should have covered in your English classes for argumentation, okay? Then finally, your conclusion, you make some sort of call to action, right? We must do this because. Not very fancy language, but simple and effective. Then you're putting a bow on it. You're wrapping it up, write. It's a conclusion. You're giving your final statements. You can repeat any ideas that you think are important from the other two, but there you go. That's what you do to write your essay. Don't forget rubric up here if you want to see how I'm going to grade you. Let me know if that helps. Any questions, anything like that.